you doing, guys? Today I'm going to show you real quick how to do this drawing, which is tutorial number 5 from chapter 9. Okay, so let's start with opening up a new file. Okay, so in the tutorial, what we're going to start with is we're going to start a sketch first, and then we're going to do rotational blend. Don't worry about it, I'm going to show you step by step. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on sketch, click on this bottom plane, right, and click on sketch again. Okay, afterwards we're going to go sketch view, hold down shift, middle button, just to move that center line. And what we're going to do now, we're going to create a center line. Now there's two center lines. Do not choose this one, choose this center line, because it would appear when you're doing just rotational blend. Okay, choose that, do that center line, and this, and draw another center line here, and the center line here. Okay, afterwards we're going to click on rectangle. Doesn't matter where, just click here. Alright, and it says our first drawing, it says 200, right, and length of 300. And if you notice on your PowerPoint, it says 500 from the center line we just created from the middle, right? It created this feature. I do not know how to create that feature. However, what I do is I click on this point and put it on the midpoint of this rectangle. Okay, it's very important that you do this because it's gonna help you maintain everything in orientation. Afterwards, we're gonna click on dimension. We're gonna click on that point, which is the middle of this rectangle, and this center line, and we make that 500. We click OK. Right? Once we click OK, we have this rectangle and this center line. Now what we're gonna do with this sketch already selected, we're gonna click shapes and rotational blend. Okay. Once you see rotational blend, we're gonna click on sections, and we're gonna click on axis of revolution. So where's gonna be your axis of revolution? We're gonna click internal center line. Right? Once you click that, we're gonna click on this axis. Right? We're gonna click on that axis. So axis of revolution is gonna be upon this this axis. So what's going on here is that it's gonna rotate around this axis. All right. So first we clicked on internal. Once we clicked on internal, we clicked on that axis, which is why I placed that axis. Okay. And now we're gonna click insert. Now you see this angle and you say, what number should that be? That number we figured out here. It says from the bottom, first section you created, it's going to be the first. Second section is going to be 30 degrees from the first section, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to write 30 degrees, right? And we're going to click sketch. Once you click sketch, right, we're going to click on sketch view. Again, we are going to click on rectangle, right? Since that center line is already created, doesn't matter where you create the rectangle, just create your rectangle. Make sure it locks. You see this feature, it locks, and go right ahead. Close. If we look at slide 52, your second section is going to have a 120, right? And this is going to be 160, right? 120, 160. Now pay attention to this. For some reason they have this selected, but for now what we're going to do, we're going to click on this little corner, hold and right click, click start point. Now the arrow is pointing up. We don't want the arrow to point out, we want the arrow to point at the direction of this axis. So we're going to left click again that little point, and we're gonna right hold click again and click again on start point to switch the orientation, right? And we're gonna click OK. Now you notice that the lines contoured a little. That was a little mistake. So what's going on here, that our starting point from our first section is a little messed up. So we're gonna go on sections. We're gonna go on the first section that we just draw. We're gonna click on link, click OK, and we're gonna edit that section. And you see the starting point started here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change that start point to here. Okay, left click, right hold click, start point. Again, we want our arrow to be pointing at the axis of revolution, which is this one here. So we're gonna click again on left click, select it, right hold click, and start point. Okay, and we're gonna click OK, and it fixed that issue. So essentially we drew the first half, right, the 30 degrees. We're gonna click on sections, we're gonna click on insert, and now we're gonna if we look back at our PowerPoint, so we did the first 30 sections, which is here. So now we're gonna do the other section, which is 45. Okay, so we're gonna click on 45, right, 45, and let's draw that section, right? Click on sketch view. Oh wow, hold up, sorry. Click on sketch view, click on resize to fit. Okay, don't worry about these boxes here. Again, just worry about drawing your rectangle. That's it, right? Please make sure that it locks, so on and so forth. Okay, I clicked escape, and our third box is still slide 52, is 80, right, by 100. Okay, now one thing that is important that I forgot to do, again, we're gonna make this corner, right, this corner, this corner, this corner, our starting point. We're gonna click again, start point. One thing that I forgot to do on this previous box right here is the midpoint. So I'm gonna put a point here on the middle of the box. I'm gonna click on dimension. I'm gonna click on that middle point and this center line, and I gotta make it again 500. If you look at your slide 52, all these boxes, their midline are 500 units away from the axis of rotation. Okay. So, and knowing that, we already did our box 100 by 80, and we changed our orientation, and we did a 500. Okay. One issue that I forgot to do is on section 2. Let's go back on section 2. Just click on sketch. Right. This unit here is wrong. Right. So we're gonna click on point, sketch view. We're gonna click on point. We're gonna put this point right here. Okay. We're gonna click dimension. We're gonna click on that point and this axis of revolution. That should be our 500. Right there. That should be our 500. And there we go. We have done the hard part. So this is our first section, second section, third section. The reason why I drew, when I first did my sketch, I drew this axis because I turned this into my axis of revolution. Okay, and we're gonna accept this rotational blend. Okay, now this is the easy part. After you have done all your sections, what we're gonna do now is gonna create a shell feature. Click on shell, click on this face, hold control, click the bottom, and we did our cutout. Now on the drawing it doesn't show how thick that line should be. I will just make it for now 5, and we are done. We have done our our tutorial. And this concludes with our tutorial. Thank you.